Just pulled up. I got my 3RS here. He's got his GG3. See, both looking super nice. Which one you like more, Luke?
I like this one. It's way more comfortable, bro.
Yeah, the 3RS.
Great daily.
Yeah, the 3RS is not a daily. Well, it's a track car, so like you can't expect much.
Looks super sexy.
Yeah, it does. We're gonna drive and talk about trading. All right, guys, we're gonna have a special guest for today's car talk. My boy Luke, an old student turned like super profitable, like kind of crazy shit you've been doing. How much you doing now, Emma?
I'm doing
on average, of course. You know, trading is up
I'd
and
say like within the past few months, it's like maybe 100, 150. But like when it was prime, when we weren't just pushing all-time highs, I was a little bit under 300 a month.
I mean, fucking price action's kind of getting clean right now.
Yeah, today was super clean actually.
This whole week, ever since the whole tariff shit started, people are tripping. They're like, oh my god, tariffs. What should we do? This and that, shouldn't trade. It's too dangerous. Government shit. I'm like, bro, shut up. When there's volatility, that means there's gonna be good fucking setups, and that's all you gotta fucking worry about. That's all a lot of traders don't understand. Is like, you as a trader, you need volatility. That's when you find opportunities in the markets, and that's when you try to capitalize on those opportunities. If the market is just sideways, like, what can you can't do anything. That's why I find it so funny when people are like, oh my god, it's red folder news today, I'm not trading. It's like, no, you want red folder news because you want to price
volatility.
Exactly. For someone that just started trading, Luke, what would you tell them? Like, what do you feel like was the switch for you?
I feel like the switch was like, stop comparing yourself to other people. Like, everyone's at different relative stages. It's a huge mental leap. If you can't get your mental in check and you're just trying to compare yourself to someone that's already been in the game, has already been doing multiple payouts, obviously you're gonna feel belittled and you're like, oh, I'm not doing it fast enough, and you're gonna try to rush, and you're gonna start trying to chase the outcome, but not actually doing it for the result.
And it's funny because like when you look at social media, especially now, like everybody's on social media, when you look at people's like results, like they're only gonna post the highlights.
Yes.
Let's say someone blew 50 accounts, like 50 accounts they blew, and they finally get like a $10,000 payout. You're like, oh my god, this guy is insane, this guy is sick, but they're only posting $10,000 payout. They're not posting like the whole process. That's why I always tell people, like, if you're gonna have a mentor or somebody, you want somebody that like streams, like, I don't say daily, so you do need to like learn on your own and doing your own, but like streams kind of often, and it's actually like calling out price. And it's not to like spoon feed you and like, oh my god, like, you know, I'm just trying to follow signals, but just so they can prove that it's like what they talk about the markets or what they teach in the markets is actually like working.
Or at least recaps, like, very often, if they don't live trade a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you know, something needs to be something with both.
Yeah.
Whether even if they post their analysis, like, you know, in the Discord, you just post like an analysis
every single day, even if it's just like a daily outlook or something like that.
How are you trading now? Like, what's your trading style? How would you?
I guess.
I mean, like, you can't reveal the secrets, but like, give us something.
I guess like a lot of ICT stuff. I guess because he rebranded a shitload of stuff. And
all right, just name me your top 3 confluences. Like for me, for example,
I love fair value gaps and like SMTs. Those are my 2 big ones.
And are you trading the higher time frame, lower time frames? Like, are you looking for bigger moves? Are you looking for smaller moves? Like scalping? Because you kind of go for like super high RR trades.
Not anymore, especially with how like rangy price has been. I'm just happy with like 30 points and I'm off. Some days.
Are you copy trading or are you doing live account?
Yeah, I'm copy trading. Live account probably when we push away from all-time highs again, because I hate trading all-time highs. All you do is long. If everything looks good for a short, it just automatically goes right back for longs. But
unless Trump tweets something. And
dude. Oh my gosh. Didn't he tweet something on the other day?
There was the soybeans, like something about the soybeans. I made a video on that. It was pretty funny. They're like something about the soybeans, and then we nuked. But then guess what? We just got bought back up and went back to the high of the week.
I know.
Because we're so close to the all-time high, so it's always.
I know, we're due to go back to all-time highs. That was just, I don't know, just snagged so much liquidity right there. So many people insider traded that. Did you see that with all the crypto and everything?
Yeah, I mean, the crypto was just insane. Like, what happened like that one day was like it was kind of funny because like it was the biggest like all-time crypto crash.
Yeah.
But then I went to look at Bitcoin, and Bitcoin was only like 150,000.
Dude, no, Solana, dude. Solana went down to like 170 or
all
140.
all the altcoins got destroyed.
Yeah, all the altcoins got destroyed, but then like the main ones didn't. I don't think.
It's pretty funny, but like that's why you don't trade crypto on leverage. It's just like buy and hold Bitcoin and Ethereum. For me, when it comes down to like my top confluence, I mean, everybody it's like should know by now. I feel like I repeat the same shit all the time. SMTs, golden pocket, of course, and like liquidity levels. Understand like when and where price might reverse or not. And like, you know what I find funny? There's some people that I follow on social media, and every week they're like, oh, this new strategy or like this new indicator, this new candlestick pattern I learned. And I'm like, dude, if your strategy like works, why are you why do you need to make videos about something new all the time? Kind of like ICT did that for a long time. Like, he's always like, well, for me, most of my videos are like kind of repeating myself all the time. So it's like, what are you gonna do? It's like, my strategy works. I've been using it for a long time. I'm not gonna like make up some other things just to
being unique.
Just to be unique, or just to make more views, or pretend like I got this new strategy that works miracles now. No, the truth is like I trade the same strategy. It fits a pattern, and it gives me good results over long periods of time. So that's like what I do. And like for example, like a few weeks ago I had like a red week, and all people were like, oh my god, they're like freaking out and things like that. And I'm like, dude, it's all like part of the game. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win.
Yeah.
Overall though, like when you look at it, anything can happen in a week. You can go on like a crazy win streak, like 10 every day is green, and I've gone on many of those.
Yeah.
Or you can have a red week. The way you should be looking at is really the bigger picture, like what is your monthly targets, your quarterly targets, your yearly targets, because that's when like your strategy has enough data to actually represent its true like win rate, its true risk reward, how profitable it is.
Yeah.
That's like the mistake I did when I first started out. I would just strategy hop like non-stop.
Yeah, that's a huge thing. It's because like, oh, this influencer does this, but this guy does this, like, and they try to combine it all into one and they just fry their brains. Keep trading as simple as you can, because the more you try to overcomplicate it, you're just gonna be like a deer frozen in headlights, trying to make something work, and then like, oh, one thing, It's just like you're trying to jumble and juggle too much shit at once. Just try to make it as simple and as easy as you can for yourself, because at the end of the day, it's to be self-sufficient in the market rather than trying to rely on someone else for XYZ. It's you versus the market. So make it as simple and as easily understandable towards yourself.
That's why I have people that like, so I close my like monthly Discord, and it's like you can only join through membership.
Yeah.
And I still live trade and post my signals, whatever. But like I have people that like DM me on Instagram, and they're like, yo, like I just want to follow the signals, can I pay just for the signals? I'm like, no, I don't want people like that in my group anymore. Because one, they lower like everyone else's, because when you're in a group, everybody kind of feeds off each other. They're all like learning from each other. Like when I'm not around, they're asking each other questions, like. So if you have one dude that's like not really locked in as much as everybody else, it lowers like everybody else like a learning experience.
Yeah, it's just a space.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like you see so many more people being profitable on their own when you're just like teaching them the right things, and they're actually like taking it serious. They're not there like, oh, I just want to follow a signal, pass an account, and get a payout.
Yeah.
Because it's like such a short-sighted goal. Like getting a payout like doesn't mean shit. Even if you get like a nice like $10, $15 payout, it literally like it should just be the beginning of your trading. Or passing your first funded account. People are like celebrating. I'm like, dude, passing the funded account is still like in the very early stages of your trading career.
Yeah.
You should focus on getting a payout, then copy trading 3 accounts, 5, 7, and then
it's a scaling thing.
It's a scaling thing until you get to your live account. And even then, even with a live account, you can still have a live account and trade prop firms, because prop firms do give you like a good amount of like leverage with money you don't have to risk. And I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on that aspect. That's why even I trade some prop firms. Like today, I'm copy trading 3 alpha accounts, and I did 4,000 on one, and so that's for 12,000 on all of them.
That's great.
So people, I feel like a lot of people understand. Like a lot of people are just like so short-minded.
Yeah.
Because it's like the issue with trading is like people want to get into it. It's like, okay, I want to make money. It's like, oh my god, I need to make money today or tomorrow or like in a week, and they're like that all those short-minded goals are holding them back from like, hey, think about this, like where are you gonna be in 5 years?
Yeah. The one thing I always say is like, it's like baseball. Like you're not gonna just finish. Like you're not gonna win the game after you hit one home run. It's consistent wins, little base hits, and then you get your home runs here and there. But then those home runs will start becoming just your base hits, and it's just scaling over and over, and the cycle continues. That's what it's exactly like in trading. You're scaling up either your account sizes, your position sizes, and everything, rather than just, oh, I got one payout, I'm done, I win the game. It's not like that.
The way I like try to imagine myself, it's like I like try to zoom myself out.
Yeah.
Like so, like even when I take a loss, let's say I have a losing day, and it happens all the time. Like I try to tell myself, okay, when was the last time I had a losing day, or when was like this loss from last year that I can remember? It's like honestly, you can't really remember those, because the truth is like over the course of a year, let's say you trade 300 days out of the year. I don't know exactly how many days the market is open, but let's say over the 100 days, you take 2 trades on average. That's 600 trades. If you're letting one trade or like a handful of trades ruin your whole trading, like that's me telling you one or two things. One, either you are sized way too high, and it's a problem, or two, you just care too much about that money. So what you should be doing is size down again. So I would say like 90% of problems is like, and I find it with my students is like, I had this student recently and he was telling me, I was trying to guess the 9:30 a.m. candles. 9:30 a.m. candles the most volatile, and he's like, and it was just full port. And he's like, hey, if I hit, I can pass my account, and if I don't, I clap. And I ask him, let's say you did hit. Let's say you guessed it right, and you got funded. Then what? You just build a bad habit. Maybe you'll get a payout. Maybe you still won't get a payout. Like the benefit of you guessing and like gambling and oversizing are so little in the long-term aspect, but because you're just thinking of like one trade, you're thinking on one account that one day, you're thinking, oh, if I make this 4,000 today, I'm set for life or something. And it's like, no, like it doesn't work like that. And like, you really have to think about like the small mistakes you're making day in and day out are long term gonna hurt like how you trade. Because you subconsciously you're picking up all of these bad habits that are gonna mess you up.
Yeah. A lot of people are just greedy, bro. That's one of the biggest things that will either make or break you as a trader. A lot of my students, they have an issue of just like either they hit full TP or they get break even. They don't trail their positions. They're not securing their profits. It's like you already outsmarted the market enough to the point where like you're floating $1,000 in profit. I mean, are you gonna walk past $1,000? Because I promise you're not, dude.
It's the same thing. I like with you had baseball example. I have like baseball example in my trades. Like I won a home run hit. Like I want to catch a 200-point banger. Like I won that, but I'm gonna set myself in a position. Those are free. So like let's say I'm up 50 points, taking profits, move my stop loss up, and then let some of my position ride to hopefully catch that big win. Like yesterday we had like a 600-pointer gainer. I wasn't able to catch all of it, but I caught like a huge chunk of it just simply like thinking about like, okay, I'm in free now. I took some profits, and no matter what happens, I'm gonna be in the green. I'm not gonna be upset. And you really have to worry about like your emotions too when you're in that trade. Like if that trade comes all the way back to break even and you just lost on a huge gain, are you gonna be tilted now? You're gonna be thinking about like, oh my god, like I just lost on all these potential gains, and that tilt now, the next trade you take, you're gonna go max cons, and it's gonna like fuck up your trading from then on. Because I see a lot of people in general that like they blew up an account because they were up nicely, or they were like sometimes a couple $100 away from passing it, and that triggers like that tilt mechanism, and then the next 5 accounts they just blow them right away because they're like, oh, I want to go back to where I was at, full port, and then it doesn't go your way. And even if it goes your way, then you build a bad habit that you think that full porting every time like it's gonna get you're gonna get paid every time you do that.
Exactly. It's like, oh, if it was that easy, why don't I just continue replicating that? And then it's just like a horrible habit. Even if you're doing it even on paper trading, everything stems from the first day you even tries day trading. Like if you're not relatively getting yourself disciplined, making smarter decisions, you're kind of gonna fry yourself with long-term wise with just everything you do on a day-to-day basis.
Your practice should be your practice should align to how you trade and like your actual position sizing. If not, like you're literally just wasting your time. You might as well not paper trade. You're there wasting your time. Same way, like if you're back testing, like don't do unrealistic things that you would not do in your training session, because again, you're using your time is valuable, so don't waste it doing stupid stuff. Use it, correctly, and try to detach yourself. Talk about the law of detachment. I don't know if I've made a video on that, and it's like the day that you're able to detach yourself from like worrying about the dollar amount, and you start attaching yourself with just the process of taking good trades and executing on them.
Do it for the love of the game.
Yeah, literally.
Rather than just like, oh, I need to make XYZ. Like, you don't need to. You gotta. The thing about trading is like, you gotta get just good at the skill. The money's just a bonus, man.
It comes if you ask yourself this: if you took 100 trades and all 100 trades fit your system, risk management, and aligns to the way you trade, do you think you're gonna make money? 90% of you guys are gonna say yes. Then why aren't you just doing that? then why are you just worrying about the money at the end? The money is the last step of the process of learning how to trade.
Everyone's always too focused on the last final step of just that
Because that's what they
initial
see on
payout.
social media. Like you on social
Exactly.
media, you see all these people that are profitable.
Bro, I hate the people that are always like copy trading and they're like made like $50,000. I'm like, cut it out, bro.
It's
It's like it just shows unrealistic things. Like everyone's like, oh, if you can do it, I can do it. Obviously, but that person's probably been trading for years versus what, your first week.
yeah, like even with me, bro, I've been on social media for 5 years now. But I've been trading for 11 years. When I was trading on my own, getting clapped and losing accounts 6 years ago, nobody was paying attention. People followed, you start following a certain creator or whatever because they're profitable, they have what I want. But you weren't worrying about them when they had no money or they had no, they didn't have that skill. So you think, okay, I'm gonna follow that person, I'm gonna just jump to where they're at. But in the end, they still had to put in that work and the time, and they still have to put in the effort to learn. So you have to keep that in mind. Now, following somebody and learning from people that have done it definitely helps you get there faster. But you're still gonna need to have some time. That's why I always try to tell people to give them realistic expectations when they come in, because it's not just magically gonna happen overnight. It might. Some people just hop in and they do good and they have a little bit of luck and they do get profitable right away, but it's very unlikely. And it's better you set expectations down here, so then when you overshoot them, you just feel better about yourself versus like setting these crazy unrealistic expectations.
And then you beat yourself up for it.
Yeah, exactly. You feel bad every day. It's like, oh wow, I really wanted to get to $50,000 this month, but I only got to 15,000, and like you stop underappreciating all the positive you're doing. Because everybody's, if you're putting in work, if you're putting in time, you still like should be appreciative of you. Giving yourself that shot of like doing that goal and not just sitting at home and doing nothing. Because you could be just wasting time playing video games. I don't know, watching anime. What else do people do? Going, oh my god.
But yeah, you guys got to keep it realistic, especially when you're in the relatively first stages, where you're literally going from like a $20 job and you're like watching like your balance just fluctuate hundreds of dollars, and you're like, oh, it's only 300. Dude, you don't even make that in one full day of working pre-tax.
Yeah, there's something about it, especially when they go into prop accounts. You like start buying them and you don't realize that, hey, you just bought 5. That was like $800.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, well, if I make $1,000 a day, like, get your base hits in before you start getting.
Yeah, worry about making $100 a day, and then
it's like
1,000.
Keep it realistic. Look at your job. Like most people that are making $20 an hour, sure, they're doing 8-hour shift. That's less than $200 pre-tax. That's $160, and they're like, oh, it's only $500. I didn't GP. I'm like, bro, like, keep it realistic, man. Like, you want to relatively replace your whole job, but you're not even taking the practicality of, oh, I just threw away $500 because it wasn't enough. That's what it's just like comparing. Like, yeah, other guys are making tens of thousands of dollars a day, but you are relatively in your first baby steps, getting your just even taste of profitability. So don't try to overstep where I guess your experience and your skill set is, just to compensate and cope because you're not at someone else's level. A lot of things are just cope in this field. Everyone is comparing way, way, way too much.
And understand everything is also your fault. Like,
Yeah.
you have to take some accountability. Like, the market is not against you. There's no market makers like looking for stop loss. Just take accountability, and if a trade is red, you're like, okay, why was it red? And try to learn from it. It's like one of the only things in like any career that you can just, from every loss, you can actually learn something.
It's black and white, man.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes maybe you're like, hey, I took a really good setup. I was really happy with the confluences, and you should still be fine. Like, hey, I took a loss, but it was a good setup. Like, I do that all the time. I'll try to go back and be like, okay, was that a proper setups? I'm like, it was, but it just didn't work out, which is also fine. So that's why I try not to beat myself up if a trade was red, but I had the right confluences, I had the right idea, or versus a trade that's red, and it's like, no, I actually shouldn't have taken a trade. Or even if sometimes it's a green trade. Like, if you just guess and the market will go up or down. You can guess and get lucky.
Yeah.
But if that was the case, it's like, okay, what did I actually get out of that trade? Nothing. So you should.
Bad habit.
Exactly. So you should punish yourself when that happens.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I agree with everything.
You have any? Alright, so we just got what we need to get to. So do you have any last words of wisdom, Luke?
Remember, don't chase the outcome. Focus on the steps that are in front of you, because that's your first initial steps, and if you mess those up, you're gonna fall right back down on your ass.
Well, thank you everybody for watching this video. I hope you learned something. If you did, leave it down in the comments, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
See ya.